right, everybody, welcome back. Let's get into today's Mindset and Motivation Monday topic of the week. Remember, every single one of these shows really come from the private clients that I work with, the health coaching team that I oversee, all the amazing people from this community. And I was working with a client last week, and this phrase just kept coming back to me, and I tried to share it with this client in as many different ways as I could to cue them that they are not just thinking about becoming healthy, that they are not just looking back on the years before they came into our practice of being sick and trying so many different things, that instead of the overall trying or aspiring, they need to start becoming. And that's what I want to share with you here today, because so much and so many of the reasons why we haven't achieved our goals is simply because of our mind and our mindset. If we are always telling our body and our subconscious that one day we're going to get healthy, one day we're going to meet that right person, one day we're going to find the right mentor, coach, etc., one day we're going to get the job that we're looking for. If we use those types of phrases, it lets our subconscious know what? Well, that one day hasn't come yet. That's in the future. So what does that then cause? It causes us then not to take action that day. There's no need to take action that day if one day is the day in the future that we will begin to move forward and achieve that. So trying or aspiring assumes and implies that you have not made it yet. And if you continue to tell yourself that you have not made it, that it is not yet your time, your mind and your subconscious will continue to find ways to keep you stuck where you are. So if you tell yourself that you are not yet healthy, that you're still struggling, that you're still a Lyme disease, that you're one of these things victim, right? IBS victim, alopecia-based victim. I get it. I understand. I've been there. Again, 10 years, a decade of being unhealthy. And the highest level of unhealth. I get it. Autoimmune issues, type 2 diabetes, Addison's disease, complete insomniac, all of the things. So I get it. I understand. But I also associated with being sick, sharing my story of how I wasn't feeling well, not doing well, looking for sympathy, whatever it might be, subconscious or conscious. Either way, it was keeping me from getting well. I always found new ways to relapse. And if that seems like you in one of the areas of your life, relationships, health, body transformation, career, finance, spirituality, whatever it might be, start to look at what might be the subconscious messages or the record playing in the background that we need to switch out. And the first part simply begins with, are we trying? Are we one day hoping to, or are we beginning to become? And I want to share with you exactly how that is broken down. So one of the best quotes that I heard is this, is you don't get what you want in life. You don't. You get what you are. So when you begin to embody something, when you begin to feel you are deserving of it, then the real magic begins to happen. So most of the time, the first step is saying, I am ready. I am now ready to heal. And then the next part can be, I am beginning my healing process. And we begin to move then to, I am getting better each and every day in every way. That beautiful quote that I've shared with you before from Emile Couillet, right? And he healed so many people. He was a French psychologist, I believe, with that phrase that every day in every way I'm getting better and better. And that's because the people who were most sick and didn't believe it, they didn't believe they were well. Instead, they could say, every day in every way I'm getting better and better. That means today I'm getting better than I was yesterday. It doesn't mean that you're fully healed yet, but you're getting better each and every day. Now, it's not the only thing that you should do, but we need to shift the mindset. And for me, it goes back to also the be, do, have, right? Or the be, do, get, is that we all want the thing itself, right? That's the outcome. Let's call it body transformation. We want to lose the 50 pounds, but it might have been years since you've been 50 pounds later, right? So that is what we want. But in order to get that thing, we need to take the actions. We need to do the things, right? But in order to do the things, you actually have to believe you're going to achieve it. You have to believe that. Because if not, you're wasting your time. And here's why. Because you begin, but your subconscious believes, I've tried this dozens of times. It never works. So what's it going to find? Another way that won't work. So the first obstacle comes up, a wedding, a birthday party, something at work, and you then, cheat on your diet and, you gain back a couple pounds. You're like, see, I knew it wouldn't work. I can't stick to this. I can't do that. Or you get injured exercising. There's a million different reasons. So really what we need to do is decide this is what we're going to become. I've done this in my own life, and I'll tell you this, is that it doesn't automatically mean that the path then is just, as they say, straight up and to the right. What it means is that it's still going to be a zigzag curve, but you're not going to give up because it is now who you are. So when it's time to heal or lose the weight or meet that right person or enhance your spirituality or improve your career, it's time. You've already made the decision. It comes down to a decision that I am someone who is healthy. And now I'm going to just simply take the steps that I need to in order to achieve that. So I'm going to run the lab. I'm going to find out what my toxicity and deficiencies are. Then I'm going to implement the protocol. Then I'm going to do the additional plans that it takes to maintain those results. And that's what I'm going to do. And the reason is that I am someone that prizes health. I'm someone that is healthy and I'm never going back. I am someone that enjoys a healthy lifestyle. And you need to start that I am over and over and over so that you literally rewire your brain. Some people might call it brainwashing. That's okay. You're rewiring your previous thoughts that have gotten you to where you are today. Remember, we are the sum of all of the thoughts and feelings that we've had that have led to certain actions, good or bad, and that have gotten us to where we are today. Now, people will immediately rebut that and say, no, there are other circumstances in life that happen to us as well. And I would say, I agree. Here's the thing, though. You do not need to be a perpetual victim of those particular circumstances. Many of them are horrible. Many of them are not good. But I deeply care about you and your future, and I don't want that circumstance, that event, to then dictate the next 30, 40, 50, 60 years of your life, right? So it may have happened, and it may have been awful. But usually these events, though, they have a close. And when there is a close, it is then our opportunity to begin the healing process. It may take working with a counselor, therapist. It may take working with an integrative health practitioner. It might take working with a nutritionist, personal trainer, whoever it might be. It may take working with certain individuals, and it may not happen overnight. But if you want to take back control of your life and you want to live to your highest potential, you will, as they say, take your mess, I did it myself, and have it eventually become your message. It doesn't start that way, but social media has made it easier than ever. Here's what I went through. You might not want to share that right away. I didn't, right? You begin the healing process. It's not perfect. It's a little bit messy itself, but ultimately you arrive at your destination. And then you say, wow, I had no idea life could be this amazing. I feel good. I feel like I've got a new, leaf on life. I want to be able to share this with the world. That's why so many people that have gone through health issues become personal trainers, nutritionists, massage therapists, estheticians, naturopathic doctors, integrative health practitioners, right? They want to go into the natural field of healing, or maybe even conventional, to be able to help people. They might become an emergency room doctor because they were in a car accident or parents were or whatever, and their lives were saved by those amazing emergency room doctors. And so they say, I want to be able to then do that for others. Right? So here's the thing. We can take the trials and tribulations that we go through in our life, and it doesn't have to be the worst thing maybe it is the worst thing that will ever happen to us, and it very well could be. But there can be a positive lining that comes out of that, and that is the healing process, the perspective and gratitude you now have for becoming well, and the message and service that you can then share with others in order to help them heal their process. And so I would love to say that, again, that this is easy, that it's straightforward, and that it can just happen overnight. But it's not. But it is absolutely worth it. And the number of times that I've seen this happen in my practice and the just complete transformations that people make, it's astounding. And it never gets old. I mean, I've literally been working with clients since the mid to late 90s. And 25, 30 years later, it's not old. This is why the service-based industry and people helping people is really the best job career in the world. And it's because when you see another person make a transformation, it affects you too. You realize this is why we're all here. It is to serve and help others. And we in turn always need some type of service and help too, because we're not perfect. So if we're helping others, it sometimes makes it easier then to reach out to ask others for help in other areas that we may need still to get better as well. So one more quote I wanted to leave you was this, and then I want to tie it together, is that act as if what you do makes a difference, because it does. Great quote by William James. It does in your life. Every action either leads to a negative feeling or a positive feeling. There's almost no neutral, right? So if you're making a decision to eat a healthy meal, positive feeling leading to what? Better results. You choose the fried food, you choose the easy way out. I totally understand it. It tastes great temporarily. What happens? You feel terrible afterwards, right? So every action really does matter. And when you string together a bunch of these events, what does it also help you do? It starts to really help you feel like you are becoming that person you've always hoped to be. But there is no hoping. There is no trying. There is no aspiring. I heard a great quote the other day when a movie director said, people will approach them and they'll say, I'm an aspiring actor or actress. What advice would you give for an aspiring actor? And they said, well, the first thing is stop aspiring. Start becoming. Literally, just begin to act. Rehearse different lines, rehearse plays, go to the auditions, do something local, mimic what you see other actors doing. Stop aspiring, begin to act. Don't keep calling yourself an aspiring actor. It's the same thing here. You're not aspiring to improve your career. You're not aspiring to improve your relationships, improve your health, or to lose weight. It's not aspiring. You can aspire, but that just means it's a dream. It means that you haven't taken action yet. And if you don't take action, you've missed the intermediary step, right? Because there is no way that I've seen in this world that you get and you get to hold on to it without actually being, right, and doing. So the nice thing is this, as you become and you start to do, you start to get a little bit of that thing. If you go on that weight loss program and you want to lose 50 pounds, well, you can lose 5 pounds the first week. Amazing, right? You did your functional medicine detox, you did your MetaVolve, you did whatever program you're on. Easily lose 5 pounds that first week. So then what happens? Oh, wow. So what's it do? It starts to reinforce just a little bit at first that you are actually going to achieve your goal this time. That you are someone who not only hopes and plans to lose the weight, but you're going to take action on it. And you know that you're going to have your ups and downs, but no matter what, you're going to see it through. Because you are now a person who engages in healthy weight loss and is someone who wants to achieve that healthy body. So every day when you wake up, you're going to use your I am statements. I am healthy. Or if you don't feel you're there yet, you say this: I am becoming healthy. I am losing the weight. Maybe you don't feel in the past tense. A lot of people like to put in the past tense because it means it's already done, and then your subconscious has to then show you the ways in order to make that happen. I am healthy. I have lost the weight. I have met that person that I'm looking for. And again, you can go into crystal clear detail, but you want to feel it. But if you're not there yet, every day in every way, I'm getting healthier and healthier. Every day in every way, I'm getting better and better. Every day in every way, I'm losing more and more weight. Every day in every way, I'm meeting that right person I'm meant to be with. However you want to use it, but phrase it in the present tense or that it's already been done. So use those I am statements, feel it deep inside of you, and then the outer world will begin to reflect your inner reality. It's always the way that it works. Hopefully today's show was helpful. I appreciate all of you for tuning in. And as always, if you thought this could help anybody, do feel free to share the show at stephencabral.com/3384. Take care, everybody. I'll talk with you tomorrow on another Cabral Concept. Thanks so much for tuning into today's show. Before you go, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I want to make sure that you're getting our daily content, not missing out on anything functional medicine, wellness, weight gain, weight loss, anti-aging, living longer, stronger, and all of the most cutting-edge research. And if there's any topics you want to hear, feel free to leave them in the comments below. Take care.